Good morning, everyone. This is Bill, known as Bill 2001 on the Alzheimer's Association Caregiving Support Forum. I'm also known as Bill 2001 at the Mayo Clinic's Dementia Support Forum. So it's good to see you all, and I thought I'd record a short video. I'm the author of The Cavalry Is Not Coming on both forums, which has garnered a lot of positive response. I thank you all for that. Today's a special day. It's October 1st, 2025. And it's 10 years that my wife's had vascular dementia. If you go by the date that I selected to basically mark the progression. 10 years ago today, October 1st, 2015, my wife and I were taking a long weekend in Branson, Missouri, having a good time, seeing some shows, and I had suspected her symptoms, several months before that, but that trip stands out as sort of a marker, like, okay, now I knew something was wrong. She didn't know what month it was. There were other facts that she didn't know, and I said, yeah, this isn't going to go well. I remember saying that specifically. This isn't going to go well. So I kind of put that date in my brain, October 1st, 2015. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about The Cavalry Is Not Coming. I'm really happy that so many people got something out of it. It was basically meant to be a wake-up call, because it's the wake-up call I had when my wife entered stage 4, which was around the time of the pandemic. It was the end of 2019, early 2020. So my wife's transition to stage 4. So that was 5.5 years ago or so, almost 6 years for that. But that's when I realized that no one was coming to help me. And I'm not meaning to be negative. I'm really not. I'm wanting everyone to read that and get strength from it. The medical community, I wasn't real impressed with what they were able to do. And what can they do, really, seriously? I mean, it's an incurable disease. It's a slow progression. All they can do is hook you up with resources such as the Alzheimer's Association and daycare centers and things like that, and give you give your loved ones some medicine to maybe, help their symptoms or slow the progression. But in general, the medical community can't do much. So yeah, I discovered the cavalry wasn't coming. There weren't people showing up at my door to help me with her. And sadly, that includes family. Family has their own problems. They have jobs, they have kids, they have grandkids, they have loved ones of their own they're looking after or whatever. So, no shame on them. Had to stop and see some dogs going by, people walking their dogs. But yeah, no shame on family. I mean, they call me and check in on me, but the whole house full of people helping me with my wife, it didn't manifest itself. And here it is 10 years today and still hasn't. And I get that, okay? I'm not trying to be negative. I just want you all to prepare yourselves for the lack of help that you will find. And the fact that the disease takes so long to go through, that even people that do help you, they may not be willing or able to stick it out with you for the entire length. I mean, we're talking years. And in my case now, we're at a decade. So, and then friends, it will help you weed out who your friends are. Seriously, you're going to have your fair weather friends that are going to just disappear. And you're going to have your good friends who call you and check in on you. And then you're going to have your amazing friends that offer to help. And it may be as simple as keeping your loved one company. It may be they continue to invite you to dinner and to spend time with them, even in the later stages when your loved one is completely incontinent and unable to hold a conversation. Your real friends will continue to invite you on outings, and they are patient with you and your loved one when things take a while. The value of these friends cannot be overstated. But the misconception that people have about Medicare and memory care and the medical community is staggering. And when I wrote the article, it was basically to point that out. You know, when you're panicking at 1 in the morning, when your loved one has a bowel accident, and you're the one that has to deal with it, and you have to get up and go to work the next morning and somehow get your loved one to daycare, there aren't a team of nurses and nursing aides showing up at your house to help you. There just aren't. People have this conception, well, my loved one's on Medicare and Social Security. That means nothing, okay? Medicare is a health insurance plan, okay? If your loved one goes in the hospital, they're going to help you pay for that. But in general, Medicare doesn't pay for memory care or day-to-day care of your loved one, because that's considered custodial. Custodial care, remember that term. It means babysitting, okay? I'm not trying to be rude, but custodial care is babysitting. Medicare was not designed to cover the cost of babysitting. So keep that in mind. Medicaid can help. There are some financial restrictions, and they're pretty severe. So if you don't have many resources, Medicaid is probably your go-to. So the cavalry is not coming. You will probably find yourself on your own, much, much, much more than you expected. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose social activities. There are things you can't do anymore. The traveling basically falls apart. You're not going to spontaneously go out to dinner anymore. Hey, it's Friday night. That won't mean anything. It's easier to keep your loved one at home. My loved one eats with her fingers, so I'm not real quick to take her to a restaurant unless I have some friends there to understand and help me with her, which I'm blessed that I do. But anyway, I thought I would just visit with you guys and talk a little bit about The Cavalry Is Not Coming so you could meet me. Again, this is Bill, 2001, and today is October 1st, 2025, and I appreciate you joining me for a walk. Bye, everybody.